Hey yo man, and welcome back to another Patreon process walkthrough video. So today we're going to be talking about the art that I made for should I say the last day of this month? Although we are not yet in the last day of this month. Today is Sunday, July 27. Um so this piece is actually done after the five storytelling piece that I made in this month. I made that in 8 days, and that was insane grind. And I started this the second day. It's actually quite overwhelming for me to be doing that amount of work in the span of like 2 weeks. Oh yeah, 2 weeks. Um so on this piece we're going to be talking about what are the challenges that I faced when creating these. I supposed to do a walkthrough video for the other one, the five storytelling piece sets, the that I did this month before this one. But I'm quite I feel so a little bit so tired right now because I might later do a walkthrough video for that later. So now let's get into this one. So this did work for last month. Like I said, I'm supposed to do a process video for this one too, but I got a little bit of fever due to the fact that I was working non-stop for 8 days straight, and the second day I started with this one. But now, let's talk about this artwork, how I made this art possible, and how I sort of walk through every art part in this. So beginning with the sketch, I had an idea for a character who like Karina and Lynn. Those are my two OCs. So after before this idea came, I had an idea of maybe she was taking a bath, and normal slice of life thing everyone do on a daily basis. So I thought to myself, how could I balance the whole entire silhouette and the whole continuation of the story? That's when I thought, okay, what about them taking the fresh air at the balcony of the safe house? So when I drew this sketch, I wanted this sketch to have the sort of like over the shoulder, over the shoulder camera angle in it. And I was actually happy the way the sketch turned out. So when I was drawing the character felt good to draw. I was actually happy to pose them in this sort of like perspective and angle from down camera looking up. And what I actually hated mostly when I was doing this artwork was about the background. You know, I didn't actually have a good imagination for the background silhouette for this artwork, because I was like, how I don't know what to actually put in the background, because I can't actually even find a good reference for like the background setting. I was thinking maybe something like neon domination type of stuff, but it felt kind of off because I don't want the background to feel like something's too sparkling, not too much light. I just want it to feel moody, just like when it's raining outside. So they're just taking fresh air outside. So that's what this entire story piece is all about. And so moving on from how I got the sketch this done, you know the this sort of like perspective for this artwork was quite something I actually love. It actually felt realistic for, when maybe in your house too, you just want to take a break outside looking at the window or something like that. You can actually just pose like this. It makes it feel grounded, more grounded to earth, you know some stuff like that. So then moving to adding the base color. When I was adding the base color, okay, this is not the base color, I'm sorry. Um this is sort of like Yeah, this the base color for the work. So doing so adding the base color down, I was like, I want to set the entire setting of the whole scene before adding any thing like shadows to the character or light, because I wanted to know the sort of stuff I'm actually targeting in this work. I didn't just want to go like full blown imagination like I always do. Like, the way I told you guys, I'm gonna be working more with mode grayscale now. This is not actually like a full blown grayscale, but just something that has this sort of like atmospheric cool software. Um so, yeah, moving on to adding the base color to the character. So, the silhouette of the character, I don't want it to shine too much like the one that I did before. Like the blue hair character, I don't want the blue hair to shine, like to pop out too much. I just want it to feel just natural on the character. And this white hair character, Lin, I was actually kind of in sort of indecisive to give her the white hair, because I was like, maybe I should set the hair to black or red or white. I can't actually choose, because like white is sort of like a symbol of something, like she left something behind, or she's reborn as someone else. She went through something before. Before creating a character design, you should think about what the character represents, what you want people to think of your character design. And yeah, so when I first created the silhouette for this background, I felt actually happy and at the same time kind of sad, because this just the silhouette of the background, like it's not like we have this sort of like full blown finished work down here. We stay in the base color area, but after doing this sort of base color, I took like a break, maybe to search for much more references. Maybe I could find a better reference than the one I had before, but I couldn't find any. And I was just like, we just have to work here with like just pure imagination, pure brain. You just have to use your brain sometimes, because reference source fails you sometimes. You can't actually pinpoint like you have this reference down. Okay, I'm sorry. um like you have this sort of reference down. Yeah, you pick from here. Reference are just bunch of um pictures that are like, you got one with the character design, and another one with the background, maybe another one with this sort of like vase flower, outside flower things. And you can't actually find a full blown direct reference to what you actually have in your imagination. So that's why you go use your brain sometimes to work. You shouldn't rely too much on reference, but still you go find try your best to find the best reference you can find online on social media, on Pinterest or ArtStation, or any artist, your favorite artist or something like that. And yeah, so when I go like the base color and the background of the character down together, I was quite happy and at the same time sad. Like, how am I going to do this? Like, then I was like, just trust the process, like they say. Then I moved on. I kept rendering the character, because I was actually kind of scared to even render the character, because I was like, if the background is rough, like if I finish rendering the character, how am I going to do the background? But I was like, just let's go with the I'm sorry, I'm running out of speed. Yeah. Yeah. So where am I again? Yeah, so when I was rendering the characters and outfits, I actually felt like, okay, mate, this is actually quite looking good. And I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't decide between having a character with a red hair or white hair, because I have always dreamed of having a character with with white hair, maybe braided white hair. Then I was like, okay, maybe let's just make it ash color instead of just full blown white. Then just sort of like black color with white, this sort of white sort of ash color. So after giving the characters this sort of like silhouette of the way the character looked, it's actually something I found interesting to do, to paint this character in this sort of like atmospherical sort of weather, because where I am in Lagos, Nigeria right now, the weather is actually cool. It's raining, it's just like raining every single day now. That gave me the idea to create this sort of my characters in this sort of setting. So instead of a snowy weather or summer break, just something cool and cozy. Then when I kept on rendering, I got to a point I was like, okay, maybe let's just make the background a little bit like urban sort of background. Then I started adding this sort of like Chinese symbols on these sort of like, should I say, windows and shops and the houses, buildings. Then I was like, let's add this sort of like ACs to the walls, and just continue from there. I was just dropping little perks of stuff coming to my head. I was like, maybe we should add, I'm sorry, I'm running out of sentences right now. And yeah, so I was like, let's add a little bit of this sort of like arraying thing here, up here. Maybe there's a shop there, or there's a house here, there's a building here. Just constructing it little by little, and just building from there to the top where it leads me. If it looks bad, I'm gonna cancel the project. If it looks good, then fine. So moving on to rendering the skin of the character. I actually love the way the character blends here together with the background. You know, when I was actually painting this background, I felt like, okay, I want the background to be a clean background that can actually tell people, okay, this what is here and that's what there, But the fact that I didn't actually have a quite good reference to look at, it's made the background a little bit rough, and the fact that I have a little bit of fever, I couldn't render some stuff to the full potential I wished to have taken it to, but I was quite happy with it. Although when I painted the character's skin, it felt a little bit off, like something is not right, because I was like, this character is standing here and she's standing here. Something feels empty around this character. So that's when I noticed the character's story actually tells themselves. The more you keep painting, the more you keep going. When you don't stop, the character tells you what they actually want sometimes. Even though it's quite weird to think like that. And that's when I thought maybe I should add something like maybe a bandage to the character's sleeve. I was like, if I added a bandage here, it would actually feel quite full in a way. It wouldn't feel empty like I thought it would be. But I was like, if I added a bandage to it, it would feel like, okay, the character went through a fight scene. Did she get wounded or something happened to her? And that will change the entire story of what I'm trying to tell in this piece. But I was like, okay, maybe since it's a cold weather, okay, let's just add maybe a jacket. to maybe she's wearing a jacket, but to render it all from the beginning, putting on a jacket on the character, I was like, oh, that would be a lot of work. Then I guess, okay, let's just make it and the jacket, wrap the jacket around her arm here, and yeah. So after that, I progressed from there, adding much more details to the character, and painting the skin of the character is actually something I it's it's kind of hard to make the character blend together with the background and to make the character pop out of the background, because when I got to this point in the painting, I was like, what's going on? There's this sort of like the background feels a little bit too close to the character. That's when I thought, okay, then maybe we should start adding this sort of like highlights to brighten up the contrast of the background. When you add highlights or foggy, it's a foggy rainy weather to the background, it makes the character pop out of the background to make things feel much more distant than it getting zoomed in. So maybe let me tell you, whenever you painting something, like something is far away from the foreground, you can actually make it a little bit dusty. When you make things a little bit dusty, it feels further away, because we can't, in real life, we can't actually, if something is far away from us, we can't actually see it that clear. So that's the type of logic I applied to this painting. So when I got to this point, I just started adding some more details and creeps to it. And yeah, so throughout all this painting, I actually felt happy with the way the painting actually panned out. And yeah, so in this point was where I started adding more lightning to the character. And this piece, I actually wish I could make it look better than how it actually looked right now, but I guess this the best I can actually do right now. But I wish to learn more as I progress in my art journey. And for you who are watching my video, I hope all my content are helpful to you guys. And so yeah, before, I actually thought painting these characters, I should add this sort of like bright contrast of bluish color. Okay, I'm sorry, bright contrast of a bluish color to it. If I had add a brighter contrast to the air, I felt like the air would have popped out a little bit from the background to show like the characters here, but it would actually make the characters shine too much from the background, except maybe we have sort of like a rim, bright blue light coming through here, touching the character's head from here. That would actually quite be realistic, but since there's nothing here, the characters should have this sort of like a pale type of skin setting. So here I just started adding details, just actually the final piece of the work. I just started adding details to the characters, and this sort of like a brand, like this sort of like OTF, only the family by the rappers type stuff, just culture stuff that maybe I love, personal stuff like music. And yeah, so this for this entire piece, that's, I think that's all for these entire settings and explanation. I hope you guys find this helpful, and also I wish to do a longer video than this, but I'm kind of actually tired right now because it's actually tough painting rapidly, like just every week, just painting every week. It's really stressful, and I hope you guys find this video helpful, and thank you all for watching my content, and thank you guys for supporting me on Patreon right here. And this is the last thank you I'm saying right now, not forever. But yeah, I think that's all for this yeah, entire painting. And okay, maybe the final thing I should say right here before I go is like um at these sort of billboard right here, I actually made it a little rough to show like it's always rain in this city, in this neon domination city. So that's the reason why it has this sort of like rusty sort of edges. And also for the special details here, this is just sort of like a can pet this sort of like a petrol type of stove, a fuel type of stove, and AC eating here in the background. So there's so much to look at in this piece. I hope you guys love the new piece I create, and thank you all for supporting me right here on Patreon. And I would love to be doing much more of this video next time. And I'm sorry for the way I'm speaking right now. But yeah, thank you guys. See you guys next time. Bye.